And we're live.
off. Well, you know, whatever.
Well,
We're here.
We're here. We are live.
We're here busting a move. We're also going to bust a couple packs for you.
We most certainly are going to be.
We're going to bust 13 packs.
Yeah.
Because that's how it maths.
That is how it maths.
That's a box and a box equal 13 packs. We are going to be busting them at the end of the show, so hang on to your underoos. We're going to have some excitement, hopefully.
How'd you know about my underoos?
You know, I'm just over here talking, trying to keep everybody going. I said it on Reblog It Dog, so you hear it twice, but if you've been following along on Facebook, you might have noticed that August 1st was my wife's birthday. August 4th, 2 days ago, was, for me, my 10th anniversary of the Guild. It's where the Guild started 10 years ago when I put down a little deposit on a little 400 square foot piece of property. And we went to Gen Con. And when I got back from Gen Con, I worked like a man possessed, and I'm still possessed, to get that place open, and got it open on September 10th. So that'll be the true 10th anniversary. But for me, it was 10 years ago on the 4th that I made the commitment to do it. And then yesterday, I just found this out today, or I found it out yesterday, I guess. Yesterday is actually the 27th anniversary of when Alpha came out, Magic Alpha, August 5th, 1993. And then today, August 6th, for me, marks 36 years since I went on a walk with my beautiful bride. And we've been together, and we still enjoy those walks and all the other things that we do together. So whether it be going to Springfield, going to Gen Con, going out to eat, working in the garden, whatever it is, we still enjoy each other's company immensely after all those years. So hopefully everyone else can find that. Are you done hitting the buttons, Joe?
I hit all the buttons.
He hit all the buttons. We're going to get started on the official thing, not just the pre-show. Howdy, Guildies and Guildettes. We don't want to forget the Guildettes.
No, not the Guildettes.
We got some Guildettes out there. Welcome back to another jam-packed episode of Chat with the Squirrels, where every week Alan and I dig through all the game-related trash we can find, and we bring you the very best content that money can buy. Ooh. You're going to get every cent's worth out of what you paid to watch us today. I'm going to promise you that right now.
Right now.
Right now. So keep that media powerhouse you're using to watch us. Keep it tuned right here to this station.
Yeah, don't forget to hit those like, shares, all them buttons.
Yeah, you'll never be sorry or sad or see the sun again or know what's happening in the rest of the world as long as you keep watching us, but we're going to promise you a good time. So this is a big week for us.
It is.
And I kind of went over a little bit of it. We just wrapped up some Commander. We had 3 pods of Commander going by. So that was really nice.
Saw some fun stuff happen in the game. So
yeah, we had some fun stuff happening. We're going to bring you a box and a pack break, which I was alluding to a while ago. We're going to be busting a Core 21 collector booster
box
and a Double Masters VIP pack.
Yes.
We're going to bust one of those at the end. We're also going to talk about what's going on in the Guild this week and over the next few weeks. We're going to have some discussion about ban lists.
Yes. If anybody follows any Magic media, you saw Monday was a big day.
If we feel like we have time and the battery life's going good on the phone, we might even give you our own signature spell book. I assume that you came prepared.
I did.
That.
If not,
we can roll it to the next week. We'll see.
We'll see how the night goes.
Because we are breaking some boosters open. So
I like to open packs, guys.
Tomorrow night is Double Masters Draft for my locals here. I've got 2 people already signed up for it. Limited quantities available. Get in here and snag you a spot. First 7 or 8 are guaranteed. Well, we got 2 already, you know.
Right.
And then I'm not going to do partials. So either we get another pot of 8 or
there's not one going. Yeah.
We're not going to draft with 3 people in a pot. I'm not going to put 11 people in one giant pot or something. So please come out if you want to draft. We'll draft with you.
Yep. It's worth drafting at least once. All these master sets, I know they're not They're not cheap to draft, guys, but they are so much fun.
I made it as cheap as I could. $40.
It's $40.
Can't even buy. You're not going to be able to buy three packs
for $40.
The prizes are going to be the box toppers.
Yep.
And the buy a box cards. I got those in today. Some places aren't getting them
Awesome.
on time, but we did. So first and second, we'll be splitting those.
That is awesome.
Okay. That's what we're going to do. Then on Saturday, we're doing board game Saturday night. And guess what, guys? This is the first of three, count them, 3 chances to do a board game Saturday night in the next 5 weeks.
That's right.
Now, we will be without our board game guru, Shirley.
Yes.
She's getting married, I hear.
No, we already got married.
Well, she said she's going to a wedding.
Yeah, she's doing the pictures at someone else's wedding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, she's not getting married.
No.
She's going where somebody else
She married me. Remember, you were there.
Oh, I was there,
Yeah.
yeah. She hasn't kicked you out yet?
No.
Man.
I still got a key to the house and all.
I was liking her a whole lot. Now I'm not sure. So, anyway, we won't have her, but we're going to have a good time anyway, playing some board games and whatnot. But we will have the last weekend of this month. We got 5 Saturdays, so we're doing an extra one. And then the first one of next month, which is over Labor Day weekend.
Yep.
We're doing it because after that, we're going to be celebrating hard on the 10th anniversary.
Yeah.
So, anyway, be watching for that. We're going to soldier on without Shirley, but we'll miss her.
We will.
Because she is.
I won't. I'll be with her. So.
She is our guru. So, I did something today, a little odd. I don't normally do it, but I canceled an event that was happening August 29th. But you know what I did? I opened it up and made it over 4 weekends.
Oh.
And it's called a Manticore Paint and Take from WizKids. They're offering another one in October, which is an Ogre Zombie.
Ooh.
It's really sweet. I did a box opening video. Check my feed. It's there. And it comes with everything you need.
Yep.
I didn't grab one to show you here because I did a box opening video earlier.
That's true.
Today.
You can find it. I saw it when he posted
It's a sweet little Manticore. It's got the paints in it, 2 brushes. It's got a little palette for you to mix your paints and everything in. Everything you need to paint right there.
Like a dozen different colors of paint come in there, too. It's
$20. I didn't want to wait till the end of the month. So $20 if you paint it here, completely here in the store. I'll take a picture. At the end of the month, I'll post all the people up, give it a week or so for votes, and whoever gets the most votes is going to win $10 store credit for the
awesome.
best mini. If you want, you can just buy it, take it home, and paint it, but you won't be able to enter the contest if you take it home.
Right.
I want everybody to be on a level playing field, just the paints that are in the paint and take. But we're going to be offering that every Saturday. If you'd like to come in and do the paint and take, you can do that. So
that's really cool.
I just opened it up that way. So that's going on. We're going to talk a little bit about the fact that next week, Fridays,
All right.
and then on Saturday, let's see, I'm getting ahead of. Next week is Commanderless Commander. So no, it doesn't mean you don't need a commander. It means that you can't play with any cards that were only available in Commander products. We talk about it a little bit week to week here. I believe Watsy's getting a little crazy, a little heavy-handed with the Commander goodies. And so we're going to try playing without Commander goodies in our Commander deck. So if a card's only been available through a Commander deck, and, you know, like Command Tower.
Right. Commander
The
Sphere.
Brawl decks do count for this, okay?
Yes.
If it's only been available through those singleton formats, okay, made for that, then you can't play it. So that's just banning of not very many cards.
No.
But we're going to play without those things. So if it mentions the command zone, if it mentions commander, it's probably not playable. You can't play the planeswalkers that can be your commanders.
Right.
So nothing that's been made just for that. So that's what we're doing a week from this Saturday. We're going to talk a little bit about the 10th anniversary. I mentioned it.
Yes.
I'm having T-shirts made.
They look cool.
You can come in, put in your pre-order. You can do it online. You can see it on the website.
The artwork is really cool.
A couple of my locals did that. Ricky and Cheryl, thank you so much.
They did a fantastic
I
job.
decided to use both their artworks since they did what I asked, and they're both a little different. So they're both going on a shirt. I think the shirts will look awesome. So let me know if you want to pre-order one of those. I'm also having playmats made with that, also commemorating the 10th anniversary.
Yep.
The very first one of those that'll go out, other than the ones Ricky and Cheryl are going to get, the very first one that's going to go out will be September 12th at my 10th anniversary 2020 Invitational Tournament. Yes, you must have an invitation. And I've about got all the slots filled. I got a few left to fill out. And that's going to be a chaos draft. It is going to cost you $10, but I trust me, your value's there.
Yeah.
If you're on to the EV train, it's going to be there, but I'm not telling you what's in it till you get here. So
fair.
What else I got? Oh, I've got window decals with the 10th anniversary of Squirrel on them. So check that out. And then awesome. I might not have them done in time. I'm working on maybe getting tokens made.
They'll be cool.
They'll be cool. And then maybe face mask as well. I've got a little idea worked up for those. So we may have some face masks commemorating the 10th anniversary. So that's some of the 10th anniversary stuff coming.
Sweet.
Just want to hit on that and let you guys know. We want to go ahead and get into the BNR announcement.
I think it's time, isn't it?
I didn't know if you wanted to go ahead and talk about MTG Arena or something.
We can hit the MTG Arena.
Why don't you hit that before we go, and I'll get the list loaded up here so we can look at it.
I'm just gonna real briefly. New State of the Game came out for August, and there were a few big things in it for Arena this time around. Biggest being that Amonkhet Remastered is coming next week, I believe. There's a link in the article. It'll take you. Most of the previews for what's going to be an Amonkhet Remastered is all going out to gaming sites more so than Magic content creators like normal, which I guess with it being an only digital product makes a little bit more sense. But it's going to be 338 cards from Amonkhet and Hour of Devastation. So I assume that's going to be any card from those sets that saw tournament play at all. Essentially, we'll get a print here, would be my assumption on that. That's kind of what they did with Tempest Remastered on Magic Online.
If it was in a sideboard or anything, it's
probably going to get a print. So that'll be out. That'll be cool. We're going to start working backwards towards Pioneer and stuff. Then there's a few other small things that they hit on, how it was going to work with mechanics from Amonkhet. But really, I think the other thing that I found most interesting, although they only mentioned it dealing with Brawl, is they're going to be working on their matchmaking some. They're starting with Brawl, it seems, because it's easier to do the matchmaking when there's a face commander. They can set those commanders and power levels, essentially, to try to matchmake you against someone that has a commander that's in that similar power level, so that you're not getting beat down when you're trying to play your jank in Brawl. I know there's been people wanting to see this in Arena all across all the gameplay modes. They're starting in Brawl, and I'm assuming because there's a one-card commander they can look at and try to use to judge off of, easier than a whole deck. But they're starting to work towards that, so that's interesting. But those are probably the most important things that I really saw happening with Arena.
Speaking of Brawl, Very Time Raveler is banned.
Yeah.
If anybody's actually playing it on anything other than Arena, good for you. Moving along, Historic, also an Arena-only thing. Teferi Time Raveler got the there too, and Wilderness Wreck is gone. Suspended, but
that means it's going to get banned.
Now let's talk about things that have more importance,
right?
At least in a world,
in the paper world.
So since we're working backwards here, we'll go ahead and go with Pioneer.
Which, as we all know, if we talked about the last bans a couple weeks ago, the whole world went, all you did was unban Oath of Nissa? What?
So this week, it was a huge ban list.
Yes.
Banhammer came down hard, and then it just kept rat-a-tat-tatting.
Yeah.
So basically, they took the pillars out of the 4 combo decks that everybody's playing.
Yep.
Inverter, gone.
Yep.
Most of you have heard this. You're enfranchised,
Yeah, Inverter was a problem in Pioneer.
Kethis the Hidden Hand, banned. Walking Ballista,
banned.
I just had that out in a Commander game.
A lot of people are real sad because we're just getting that reprint, that Sweet Art Double Masters one coming out, but
and Underworld Breach.
Right.
All those got banned, so it should open up the Pioneer format.
Right.
The reason they hadn't taken care of it is that no one deck was dominating Pioneer, but yet people didn't want to play it because all they were playing were these combo decks.
Right.
So there was nothing else.
The metagame shares looked fine. The win percentages look fine by the statistics they usually try to use to do bans, but nobody wanted to play against.
Nobody wanted to play it because it
You're going to play one of these 4 combo decks.
Either you play one of them, or you have to find something that beats all of them. And
there's nothing that beats all of them. Yeah.
So there was no place for Pioneer to go.
Now, I understand there are some people, Walking Ballista is the one that people are the most like, because the Heliod Walking Ballista combo, even though it's a 2-card combo, is really easy to stop and blow up. There's a lot of moments you can interact with it, and it hasn't been prevalent. But I think it was a big fear of, if we knock out these other big-time combos, if we knock out Breach and Inverter, Heliod Walking Ballista can run rampant, so we better axe it too.
It might even have the birthing pod problem in that it's only going to get better. It's only going to get better.
Yeah.
I mean, Walking Ballista is just stupid. I was playing in an Edric with the experience counters, and I got it out, and oh my gosh! I mean, I had Pharrell. I had 40 counters on it.
Yeah.
It went from 6 to 40 in a turn cycle.
Yeah, that's why Walking Ballista is not going to be in Pioneer.
It was in.
I know, but
Commander.
It's a card that just has to be broken.
Now let's talk about Standard just briefly.
If anybody knows, Standard's been jacked for a long time.
It has been. So Wilderness Wreck got the axe there. Teferi, Time Raveler needed to be gone a long time ago. Growth Spiral, people can argue on that one all they want, but it's gone. So these 3 cards are banned for 70 days or 45 or whatever the number
2 months
is.
Roughly.
Month and a half, whatever the time frame is.
I just want to. I know I don't.
Boo-hoo! They're gone.
I know I don't remember like the exact moment or anything, but it may have been on video in an episode of Chatter way back in the beginning when we were talking about like Ravnica stuff coming out. But I feel like I have said the exact words that Growth Spiral was too good a card, and I had a lot of people tell me, "Oh, it's just good value." No, it's just too good of value. It was in 68%. It's like 68% of the. It's
2 mana card draw, instant land drop.
It seems so simple in that common slot, and it didn't. But no, it's just too good.
Yeah.
So I agree with that ban for sure.
This last one kind of caught people by surprise, but when you hear it, if you haven't heard it, you know why. Cauldron Familiar.
Yeah.
Witch's Oven, Cauldron Familiar. It's just grindy as all get out.
Yeah.
And in order to kind of help things move along, they just got rid of it now.
Because when you take out all the top
Preemptive Strike.
Preemptive Strike. After taking out the top tier decks, they were pretty sure what was going to be left over was Cauldron Familiar. People sacking that cat to the oven all day. And also, they did mention specifically with Cauldron Familiar that because of the big nasty C word and all of us having to stay home much more and more Magic get played digitally, the play pattern, the digital play pattern of playing Cauldron Familiar is just horrible for the person playing it and the person playing against it. There's a lot of clicking, doing this, clicking, doing that to sack that cat every turn and bring it back, and it's annoying, even to the person playing it. And I think that may have been part of it. But, yeah, no, it's good. I think some people are worried about the bans happening with so many bans and stuff, but I think this is something WotC would have used to have never done. Ban cards that rotated in 2 months. They used to would have just kind of let the format ride until rotation.
You know, there's a lot of discussion about this, and I am by no means up to date on all of it, but WotC is using the ban hammer more judiciously than they've ever used it. There are more cards banned right now than ever. It's a record.
It is a record.
It beats out Mirrodin.
Yep.
When they banned the affinity stuff.
When they banned the lands. Yep.
When they banned 8 cards in one shot. We now have more banned cards.
Yes.
So they are more judicious. I think part of that right now is from Arena, them being able to replace your wild, give you a new wild card or whatever, replace your card. The fact there's not much paper getting played. And just the fact that I think, I'm just going to say it. I know I'm not the first to say this, but I think Tournament Magic is damn near dead. I think pro level shooting for the moon. You got to be a streamer. I think you can get there as a streamer on Arena.
Right.
But I think the grind hards might be done. Post-COVID, we'll see. But
Right.
I think the grindhards, we're going to have to go find something else to grind at. I'm just here to say, I think outside of your local store offering something post-COVID or some regional thing, unless Star City keeps going, unless some other Card Kingdom, Channel Fireball, somebody starts their own series, I think most of what we know as GPs, the grind, I think it's gone.
Yeah. I hope not, but I'm afraid you're right.
Casual Magic is king.
Right.
As we talked about on Reblogatog, the unenfranchised outnumber the enfranchised many times over.
Many times over, yeah.
Many times over. People who just play casually. And WotC is starting to be even more, going after those people even more than they used to.
Right.
Spending all that money for a Pro Tour wasn't bringing the returns of the Secret Lairs and the Arena and the Booster Fun. Whether you like the Booster Fun or not, it's working.
Right. It's still, I hope that's not what we're truly seeing, because I believe one of the things that led to the long-term success of Magic was their coupling the tournament play, coupling that dream with the game, helped being a pushing force of there's something else. I think for a long time that really helped. I don't know if maybe they don't need that anymore.
It's possible, yes, but it doesn't necessarily mean we need it going forward.
Right. I don't know. I get really worried with all the things we see happening. I get really worried about short-term gains, long-term loss, if that's what some of these things
I'm not afraid
lead
of
to.
paper going anywhere, but digital is becoming more. I think if you want to play Magic at it, you better learn to play Arena.
Yeah.
I have no interest, but if that's what your goal is, you need to be on Arena and you need to grind the hell out of it to get there. That's what you need to do. You need to get your pattern down. You need to have a good setup. You need to know your business. You better be able to engage with your community, and then you can have success. I don't think there's going to be another path going forward. Some small regional things, maybe.
Right.
That's my opinion. Prove me wrong, world.
Well,
That's fine.
I hope post-COVID we see something different, because before all this hit, they had set up the new Players Tour, and they had a new system on what was supposed to work,
Yeah.
and I hope that system
Did you know that there was a Players Tour finals this past weekend?
Yes.
I knew because I'm in franchise, but most people, I think there was 17,000 viewers.
Yeah.
In
it was
eWorld,
bad.
that's like two kids accidentally got into dad's account and did stupid stuff.
Right.
That's what they could get.
Yeah.
So it's... Anyway, moving along, we are making this sort of a ban episode a little bit. In that sense, there was such a huge ban list. I was reading some articles, got us thinking about stuff. I read an article about the Commander ban list, where we're at on it. I thought we would just run through it. I'm not going to go over the article. I thought we'd just run through it. And I'd like to throw out my 2 cents worth a little bit.
All right. That's fair.
First off, I do not agree. I agree with a lot that the RC does. A lot, okay? I seem like I maybe am in their hip pocket sometimes. But I am not one of those people that thinks it's a problem if you play with your Moxen.
Right. I don't think Power should be on the Commander ban list.
I don't... The reason they're on there is because of money.
Right.
It's pricing people out. Is the reason given.
Right.
You know?
I don't believe you can price a person out of a casual format. That's my
right,
difference of
but
opinion.
they're afraid that people will walk up and go, well, I can't afford these.
Right.
And yet we have cards like Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale and Time Twister. Neither one of those are cheap.
Right.
Those are still in the format. Those aren't banned, so it rings hollow with me that those cards are banned. The library, it rings hollow with me.
Especially
Bazaar Baghdad is playable.
Right.
Mishra's Workshop, playable.
What really blows my mind on some of this as well is I know it's a money thing, but it has to be a money thing because in a 100-card singleton format, the power isn't even as powerful. A Mox is awesome, but it's not
Give it to the
game-breaking.
CEDH players and go on. I don't see a problem.
Right. Well, I'm just saying,
Locally, I wouldn't mind. You drop your Black Lotus, fine.
it's powerful, but it's not break the game powerful in Commander, I don't feel. Same with Moxes. They're awesome, but it's not.
Ancestral Recall is not that powerful in a 4-player game.
In a 4-player,
it's good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good.
It's good. In a 4-player game where you only have one copy, it's good, but you didn't break the game.
So that's going to take care of a lot of the cards here by just saying that.
I agree.
Balance, I think, needs to stay on there. You can build your deck in such a way you can take advantage of it, even in a 4-player. That's pretty. Because again, that's wrecking mana bases.
It is
potentially, and I'm not a fan of wrecking the mana base. Biorhythm.
This one I go back and forth on how I feel whether it should be on there, because the play pattern of Wrath of God Biorhythm, I win. You know, I get one indestructible on the board. Wrath of God Biorhythm. You know,
it is an 8-mana spell.
It is an 8-mana spell. So I kind of think it should be off there, because I kind of believe, I've said this before, in a game like Commander, an 8-mana spell should have the possibility of winning a game. That's a haymaker. It's a format where you get to play 8-mana spells, and you should be trying to win the game with those. So maybe not. Maybe take that off.
I know we already have lots of combo cards, but I feel like a lot of people would be building to combo that. I mean, we've already got several indestructible commanders. So
right.
I don't know how many of them are green based or whatever, but still.
Any of the gods, obviously.
You know. So anyway, there's that. Braid's Cabal minion. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player sacrifices an artifact, creature, or land. Again, it comes down really early. Yeah, I don't
because
want
it says because it says land on there is why it's banned.
It really hinders developing a board.
Right.
So I believe I'm okay with that. What about Coalition Victory?
There is absolutely no good reason for this to be on there, in my opinion.
I don't know.
It's 8 mana, 5 color, so few decks could run it. You got to jump through some hoops. I get it. But
there's an awful lot of 5-color commanders now compared to back then. 3 dual lands get you there.
And the 5-color commander, yeah. But, I mean, there's a setup. There is a setup, and it's an 8-mana sorcery. Once again, an 8-mana.
The biggest thing about it is it doesn't give your opponents a lot of time to react. Almost all, and I have to look, that's the other problem with Biorhythm, is that it's immediate. Okay? Biorhythm isn't an alternate win, but almost.
Yeah.
Most alternate win conditions give you a turn to figure something out. So it's like, if at the beginning of your upkeep you have 50 life or 40 life, or you control, or you have this many counters or whatever. Most of them give everybody a turn to know it's coming. It takes a while.
Right.
So I think it's probably fine as is. Channel.
Well, I just like that card. So
can we break channel in multiplayer? I mean, we get 40 life.
You get 40 life to work with.
But you got 3 opponents.
So I can't just channel Fireball, you know.
I'm pretty sure there's brokenness there, so yeah. It's probably fine. I'm going to say Chaos Orb is fine. It's a money thing.
It could be played.
Flipping. I don't see why we couldn't play that.
Right.
Yeah, Emrakul needs to stay gone.
Yeah.
Emrakul needs to stay gone. That's too busted. I mean, my 15 squirrels take him down, but still.
It's
her down, but
it's it's being able to cheat Emrakul in is a problem. If you had to pay that 15 mana, I think it'd be a fine card.
Ireo. Once you flip Ireo, counter
the first spell
played by each opponent each turn.
That leads to no fun magic.
Yeah, there's no Falling Star. It's just Chaos Orb.
It's Chaos Orb, yeah.
Fast Bond. Do we have a problem with Fast Bond?
I don't have a problem with Fast Bond. It's good.
Fast Bond's good,
but I don't have a problem.
We already have so much ramp.
We have so much ramp that
I don't think it would make that big a difference.
Well, I mean, it even just got It just got unrestricted and vintage or something, even, right? After all this time, they think that. I think it'd be okay. Flash just went on there, and
Flash just went on there for the CEDH. In casual groups, nobody cared.
No, nobody was playing it.
So
Nobody played it.
again, maybe I know Sheldon and the RC want to keep them separated, but I really think CEDH needs its own list. Personally, I think it does. Gifts Ungiven. It's a tutor. It's an instant speed tutor.
It's an instant speed tutor. It tutors for 2 cards. I mean, you get 2 cards out of. I don't know. I don't think it's that. It's good, but it's not. I don't think it's ban worthy.
Helps you get to a combo. Grizzlebrand.
It's such
You can draw a lot of cards with Grizzlebrand, can't you?
40 life. It's once again you get 40 life. Iona.
I
No fun.
know I'm in the minority there because a lot of people didn't have a problem with it. But I like to play monocolor decks, and when there's a creature that can come down that they have access to that just nullifies my entire deck, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
I think it was a great banning, to especially when they were talking about. That's when they talked about how they don't ban all the cards out there that they think shouldn't be played, but they show you the signpost of this is the kind of card that isn't fun, you know?
Caracas, for obvious reasons.
Right.
Leovold.
Mostly obvious reasons, I guess, as well, right? It was just ridiculously powerful.
Takes away all your draws with the first one.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Library, we already hit that. Limited resources is mana.
Destruction or something, right?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here.
Each player, okay, yeah.
5 lands he or she controls sacrifices the rest. As long as there are 10 or more lands in play, players cannot play lands.
See, that's the bottom part.
Very hosey, very hosey.
The top part, I'm almost like, and then the bottom part, I'm like, oh. I'm like, everybody gets to keep 5, so you start back at the same level kind of thing. But, oh, there's 4 of us. That means nobody can play lands anymore. No good.
Yeah.
Lutri.
Lutri stays banned for obvious reasons again. The Moxen.
Paradox Engine.
Yeah.
There wasn't a saying Paradox Engine good for no reason. I'm just.
It's busted.
The Command Zone guys for years, that's how they compare things. Is it Paradox Engine good?
It's Panoptic Mirror.
I was really sad when I first came back and learned about Commander and wanted to build a Commander deck, and I was going through my old cards and I pulled out a Panoptic Mirror, and Dad had to go, that band can't play that.
Yeah, the problem is you can keep putting new stuff on it.
Yeah.
That's probably the thing that
it's like Isochron Scepter, but way more open, and you can add more stuff to it.
Primeval Titan. How do we feel there?
I think Primetime's it's one of the best cards printed in the last decade or something. I mean, it's just a big beater, and
it's great. I'd like to see it come back, to be honest.
I would too, but is it too when we still frown so hard upon land destruction, is just rampant lands that fast and crazy fair? Because you can't get rid of those lands now that I got them. Kinda.
Well, you can, but it's targeted removal.
Because that ramps very quickly. But I wouldn't mind Prime Time. I don't think to be back.
Prophet Crufix?
No, that's banned. Will always stay banned.
Man,
I can't believe they put both those things on one card.
Seedborn Muse is enough.
The Dalkin Orrery, a fantastic card. Why would you put them together and make them the same casting cost as? Well, okay, sorry, no. Seedborn Muse is 3, Vidalcan Orrery is 4, right? This costs 5. Both of those effects.
But it is
5.
a 2/3 creature. But man, it just enabled so much.
Yeah, I wish Recurring Nightmare would come off the list.
I do too, but I can see why it's busted. I shouldn't.
I mean, I can see too.
I really want to play this card in some format somewhere.
In some format somewhere, yeah. But there's nowhere to play it.
Speaking of wanting to play something, I have a casual deck built because I have 4 copies of Rafello, Slant of War Emissary. I don't get to play it very often anymore, but I have one built just because I wanted to be able to play my 4 copies. No, it definitely can't be your commander, and since we're not going to have separate lists, it has to be banned.
Right.
It is too good.
I wish.
Trust me, it's too good.
I wish we could have separate lists because I think there's some of these things that could be only banned as Commander.
And as much as I love Shahrazad, we don't need to be playing games and games and games and games.
but I just want to fork one.
Sway of the Stars. Start a new game where everybody's at 7. I'm sure there's ways to take advantage of that.
Right. It's a 10 mana spell. I mean, like...
It's 10 mana.
It's 10 mana.
I've never played with this, so I don't know. It sounds like there's probably ways to bust it.
Fair.
So we don't do it, I'm guessing, you know? Sundering Titan is another land destruction thing, and that's why it's not allowed.
Well, maybe if we get...
Enters or leaves the battlefield. So you're gonna get a land of each basic type. So you're gonna get up to 10 lands.
Yeah.
If they're all out there.
Sylvan Primordial.
It kind of goes back to the Primeval Titan thing a little bit.
Yeah, it's powered down a little bit. Primeval Titan. Well,
I don't know. It'd be really nice to cast this early and take out everybody's Soul Ring or something. The mana rock. For each permanent you destroy, you get a forest.
Yeah.
So there was lots of time to play that. Time Vault is a money card.
Time Walk.
Plus you can twiddle and take extra turns. Time Walk.
Tinker.
We don't need Tinker.
Come on.
No. Tinker Blightsteel is not a good time. That is a quick clock that we don't need. Give the CDH players if they want it, but we don't need it.
Clearing Academy, no.
I don't know if I'm for this other fast mana. Is it really that busted in Commander?
If I could put one in my Joyra deck that's full of a lot of Cheerios and stuff as well, you know.
Maybe if we unban the Moxen and the Lotus and all that, and Tolarian Academy, then we could really test it out.
I want all the mana. Trade Secrets,
yeah.
I don't remember what this does.
2 blue and 1. Target opponent draws 2 cards. Then you draw up to 4 cards. That opponent may repeat this process as many times as he or she chooses.
Oh, yeah. This is a great politics card. I guess I can see why they banned that. Hey,
yeah,
me, you want to draw some cards?
Well, they're drawing 2 and you're drawing 4. You could actually deck yourself. They could deck you because it's their choice.
It's their choice.
That opponent may repeat. So
fair enough.
And you could have shenanigans with 2 people conspiring. And so
right.
Upheaval. It just resets the whole game.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Worldfire.
Yeah.
We don't want to do that.
I gotta admit, there's something about Worldfire that makes me just like... part of it seems fun. Like, we're restarting the game and whoever draws something good first wins. Like, that's all there is to it.
And then Yawgmoth's Bargain.
God, this is one of the greatest cards ever printed.
2 black and 4. It's enchantment. Skip your draw step. Pay 1 life. Draw a card. That's too good a card draw.
They took Necropotence and they were just like, that's a lot of text. How about we take away all the bad things on this card?
All the bad things.
And we'll just make it cost a little more.
Yeah. So now you can't...
now you draw the card immediately.
Now you can't mill me out because I can skip my draw step.
Yeah. I get to draw the card immediately when I pay the life.
For 1 life.
I don't have to exile cards when I discard them.
It's all pretty good. Yeah, so that one probably stays, right?
Yeah, their ban list really isn't that too far off, I don't think.
And then the last thing we're going to talk about dealing with bans, and then we're going to get to some crack
some
busting.
packs.
Bust some Krakens.
Pack busting crackers or something?
Cracker bust. No, we're not cracker busting. Kraken busting. We're busting some packs.
There you go.
We're going to talk just a little bit about Oubliette. Is it a problem? So if you're not familiar... Excuse me. Oh, right there.
Right there?
Right there.
All right.
Oubliette getting a reprint in Double Masters. Updated wording to include phasing. Now, if you haven't thought about it yet, if you haven't thought deep on this...
I had not, actually.
This is now a way to get rid of somebody's commander semi-permanently.
Yeah.
because it doesn't put them in another zone. So they can't put it back in the command zone.
Yes.
You oubliette a commander, and it stays phased out until oubliette's gone. And red and black don't have any way on color to get rid of it.
Nope. You gotta play artifacts.
I mean, we got the Chaos War. Okay, but is it a problem? Is it going to need to be banned at some point in the future? Maybe not right away.
Maybe.
But if they start using this templating for other things, are we going to get more and more things?
That is a worrisome thing, because, it just...
Could it spawn a rule change to where phased out, if your commander phases out, you get to put him in the command zone?
Right.
That would be a commander rules change.
Because it's not technically moving zones.
You know, they've made it to where it's pretty hard to lock down a commander. You've got to put a Darksteel mutation on it.
Yeah.
Which is an aura.
Right. You gotta...
Then it's an 0/1 that doesn't do anything.
You gotta...
There are a few things that you can do to nullify them.
Well,
but that's the best example I can think of. That's only 2 mana.
Yeah, I can't think of the one that turns it into a land.
Song of the Dryads.
Yeah, and there's another one too, isn't there? But
Song of the Dryads turns it into a forest.
Yeah, but
So,
I know there's a couple.
Greenway.
I know there's a couple that turn it into a land. Prison in the Moon or something.
Lignify makes it an 0/4 tree folk.
Yeah.
I guess green has a couple ways, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But then you can just kill it and get rid of it. See, that's the other thing. If you make it a 0/1
It
Dark
dies
Steel,
easy.
there's ways to sacrifice to get rid of it. But if it's phased out,
Yeah.
Phased out.
It doesn't exist.
it's not there.
That's the only way that it's easy to describe phasing is things that have phased out no longer exist. They just, you cannot interact in any way. They didn't move zones.
It's like they went
just,
into a new dimension.
Yeah.
So we were just wanting to pose that to you as a group.
Yes.
What do you think about Oubliette? Is it okay in Commander? Do we need to change rules or ban it? What do y'all think? Let us know. So that's why we want to talk a little bit about banning stuff this week.
Yeah, big bans came, like you said, biggest. This is the most cards to ever be banned in Standard ever. It beats out Urza's block by like 2, because we're at 10 cards now, I think it is, or something.
It's a large number, yes.
And I think
it's 10.
I think Mirrodin had 9, and Urza.
We never had 10 in a Standard environment. It's a new record.
During Mirrodin, we were at 9, I think I read, and Urza's block, we were at 7 or 8. They had to hit Urza's block, but yeah.
It's just crazy.
And
anyway.
Something I wanted to, we talked about earlier, when we're talking about these bans real quick, and I think I mentioned this on the show once before, to kind of, I'm worried about what this means in the future as well, because they were predicting a format where all these banned cards were being played. So if they
in their world, we still had Once Upon a Time.
Oko is still okay.
Still fine. Veil of Summer. They play tested cards with Veil of Summer legal.
Right.
And Oko legal.
So I still get worried about what's coming in Zendikar, where they... Was it something that only Oko kept in check? You know? We don't know.
I don't know. Time will tell, I suppose. Alan, I think we're going to leave the signature spell book. We've each chosen cards to signify our own signature spell books. I've actually chosen 2 off 2 different criteria.
Right.
But we're going to save that for next week or another time. Won't you guys kind of do a mental exercise along with us and maybe share them with us next week what you think your own signature spell book
Post them up. That'd be awesome.
I saw somebody that did an article on that. And it got me thinking.
It's a very interesting kind of thought experiment.
I've got one where I did one of each color, an artifact, a land, and a multicolored, because that's 8. Because that's what's in a signature spell book. And then I did one where I just did all green because I'm primarily green.
Right.
So I have 2 different versions, and I'm old school, so you'll pretty much just hear old cards on mine.
See, I had no particular criteria making mine. I was literally just trying to find the 8 cards that I thought I connected with or represented me and my Magic playing the best. So it's very heavily skewed towards a couple colors maybe. I didn't try to make it even in colors or anything like that. Just if there are 8 cards, Magic cards that say Alan, what are they? Is kind of what I was looking for.
What is your signature spell book? Guys, we're going to get around. We're going to get up there. We're going to bust the VIP pack first, and then we're going to do the collector's booster.
Yep.
So give us just a moment,
And we'll be moving the camera
as we reset, okay? So... Oh no, we're both going out of frame.
Oh no. Yes, Marcus, it would be very fun to phase out an animated library.
All right, so pardon us while we do our little deal here. There it is. We got to kind of get lined up. Uh-oh, we got a bad glare in that one area, so be careful of that. So that's the Double Masters VIP pack right there. We had folks who signed up. The house has got 2 slots because we got 8 people signed up. So if you followed along before, you know what's going on. If not, you'll figure it out as we go. Alan, you want to go ahead and mix those up? We're going to pull for Ivan's number first.
All right.
So we're going by collector numbers.
So for Ivan,
his collector number is
a 1.
1. All right. And then next up is Marcus.
All right, Marcus is 2.
Wow. Okay, you're really going out of your way to make it hard here.
Yeah.
Zach.
A 4.
Oh, you missed a number. Zach is a 4. And then Jacob D.
That would be an 8.
An 8. Okay. And then we've got Charles gets 2.
Well, he gets a 5.
Okay.
And a 7.
And a 7. And then we got you.
I will take 3.
And your beautiful bride.
She will have a 6.
6. So that means what? 6, 7, 8. So 9 and 0 belong to the house.
Hey, looky there.
All right.
Well, guys, this is what one of these Double Masters VIP editions looks like. We shall see how it goes. Now, remember, guys, there is no insurance on this right here. So we will see how it hits for everyone.
Yeah, I'm not replacing. There may be some people who don't pull anything. My apologies, but
right.
Them's the breaks on this one.
All right, so let's see how... All right, it's sealed up here at the top. I wasn't sure. It's actually glue sealed, it seems, that you gotta... There we are. All right, and that's
their bookwork over
this is
here.
how they sit in there, guys. Just so you see.
There's a pack inside there.
And all right,
that's it.
So we can see that front card. Well, there's our token on the back. All right. So we start. Remember the Fallen.
These are the commons and uncommon
Commons
foils.
and uncommon foils. It's a 7. Cavalier. An Apprentice Wizard. That'll go to the house. Sanctum Spirit also goes to the house. Foiling looks very nice on these, actually. Surge Node.
I actually like that card, but it takes a particular deck to play it.
Right. Silumgar Scavenger. Kozilek's Predator. Golem Skin Gauntlets. Go into the house. Metal Spinner's Puzzle Knot. Just a fun name.
All the puzzle knots are fun.
Crop Rotation.
Sweet.
That goes to Ivan.
Worthy of my signature spell book. Possibly.
Oval Chase Daredevil. Also going to Ivan. Treasure Keeper. Ooh, Hinder. I like the art and everything. That's the original art, I believe. Going to Zach. Dread Return for the house.
Nice.
Unlicensed Disintegration. clone shell.
I know somebody that plays that a lot.
Rush of Knowledge. 6. Ooh, Baleful Strix.
Purdy.
That is pretty. There you go, Ivan. Oh, well, Ivan's king.
Ivan is a king.
He also got the Imperial Recruiter.
Oh my.
Marcus.
Marcus hits the noble hierarch.
And Charles.
Sword of War and Peace. Nice.
Oh, the house is getting a land. Jacob. Charles. Zach. Ivan. The house. Charles. No. Yeah, Charles. Shirley. Marcus. The house. Jacob. And then we got tokens here that one looks to be going to the house and that one to Jacob. So
All right,
that
guys.
is our noble hierarch, was our big borderless there. And yeah, we hit the Imperial Recruiter. I think that's our
pretty good pack, I think.
that's a pretty good pack.
So some of you were big winners, some of you bought a lottery ticket, I suppose, you know. So we're gonna clear the field now.
All right, so I just want to go over one more time. Somebody I think new in the stream here watching, asking how this works on our box breaks.
Okay.
We go by collector number on the card, all the last digit of the collector number. So we do draw, if you watched, we draw cards from this right here for each person, and they are based off the converted mana cost of that card, is what we then use to determine who gets the last number. So whatever that collector number ends in, that's the number that we'll be using to give these away to people.
And we draw those numbers based off the order people signed up in.
Yes. They go. We're getting ready to do another one here because we're doing a box of collector boosters for Core 21. And we have 6 people signed up in this one.
Yep, so we'll be doing this next.
Right?
And we have 6 people signed up, so the house has got 4 slots.
Yep.
If I don't get at least half of them signed up, we don't break them, guys. But
We got half.
we got over half on all of them, so we are breaking.
All right.
So, Alan, you ready to draw? Ivan is the first one.
Ivan
What
again.
number does he get this time?
2.
He is number 2, all right. And Marcus?
1. They switched.
They switched for this one, okay. And then we got Pat gets 2 draws because he likes to do double when he does it.
All right. We have a 4 to start
Okay.
and an 8.
All right, so a 4 and an 8.
Oh.
Then we got Charles
At 7.
and you and Shirley,
At 9.
because you said you were sharing.
Yep.
All right, so the house has got 3, 5, 6, and 0.
You want me to open these, or you want to open some of these collector
Go ahead and
boosters?
start it, and I may wrap it up.
All right, guys.
You're
Well,
doing
let's
fine so far.
go ahead and get cellophane wrapping off there. And then that opens up from the top there. Ooh, that's super shiny.
It is shiny. You're probably blinding them, man.
All right.
Just dump all the packs out, man. We're not worried about what position they're in or anything. We're just
All
ripping
right.
it open.
Here we go, guys. Well, man, these packs open up easy. All right. Token in the front. Are these going to be packed back? Or I guess they're packed weird anyway. Never mind. Oh, so flip it. All right.
Yeah. If you want, you can go to the big stuff, and I'll separate the little stuff like regular box.
All right. Well, with the
Otherwise,
VIP, I went through everything.
Yeah, otherwise this will take forever. So
Right.
when you hit rares,
Oh, there's one of them pretty lands, guys.
we will be dividing all of it, but for time's sake.
There's Marcus getting, that's a Borderless Thieves Guild Enforcer.
Nice.
Ivan's got a foiled Yambi.
Who gets the scoos?
Pat does.
Pat gets a scoos. All right.
And he also gets Teferi's Ageless Insight.
All righty.
Oh, another ooze.
Ooh.
Going to Pat on his other number.
All right. Nice.
Pretty good, guys.
Again, I will divide those others out. We'll just do that at a later time.
Commons, uncommons.
Yep. It'll take us.
Oh, look. Another demon. All right, snare spinner. Boom, boom. Boom. Kite sail freebooter?
Yep. Nice.
Oh, that forest is pretty.
Beautiful.
Speaker of the Heavens. The 7 for Charles. We got no 5 down there, so Baron's going to the house. 8.
Lay it somewhere.
Oh, well, sorry. Bosri's Lieutenant is also an 8. Going to Pat's, making out well already. And he also picked up one of the foil special frame uncommons for Liliana there. All at 8s.
Okay.
You just sign up here at the store, guys, anytime before we say we're going to be doing the box break. And
I'll be starting a list for a Zendikar Rising pretty soon. Usually about a month out, I make the list.
Hobble Fiend. Just like fun card names. Ooh, that's pretty. Veto.
Oh, who gets Veto?
Ivan.
Ivan gets Veto.
Pat gets a Spore Web.
All right.
Ruined Halo is a 6. We ain't got nobody at 6.
Yeah, the house gets it.
Ooh, Marcus picks up Chandra.
Pretty.
And the rest is commons, uncommons.
Yeah. House ain't doing so good.
I didn't mention it earlier when I was talking about Amazon. Well, it's doing better than me.
Well, yeah, but I got 4 numbers.
Oh, we start off with a pretty land.
Yeah. What were you going to mention?
Mentioning Arena and Brawl, I see this Ruined Halo. It is banned in Brawl. It and another card that came out in Jumpstar and M21. Those kind of effects, like Sorcerer's Spyglass effects.
Because it just shuts
It was very,
it down.
It was very quietly added into some notes, but I think it was pretty much assumed by a lot of people. Oh, Charles, we got to talk, man. That's really pretty.
That is pretty.
Then a 5, so that's going to the house.
Oh, is it? Oh,
because that was the borderless.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, they got different numbers.
Charles gets a normal veto.
Nice.
Chandra's Incinerator going to Ivan. And Garrick going to the house.
Yes! Oh, sorry. I shouldn't get so excited. I'm glad everybody else is getting stuff. Not Alan, but you know.
Yeah, thanks. All right.
I love Garrick. I love me some green. Somebody should have bought the number. Flip it over.
Spore Web Weaver going to Pat. Another one. Discontinuity going to Pat.
Wow, Pat is cleaning.
Now a foil Gadrick to go to Charles.
Ooh.
Pat getting another Scavenging Ooze.
Well, he's one short of a play set of these things. One short of a play set. One more pack. One more pack, and then I get to crack some.
Good. I don't want to open any more of these. Maybe you can open something for me.
Maybe I can open something for you.
Apparently, I can't open anything for me.
Well,
so. Prismite. Always love when it gets printed. The lands are pretty.
They are pretty.
Rada. Going to the house. Karvek. Going to the house. Oh, I get a Necro
Mincha.
Hey, you got something. You're on the board.
I'm on the
Ooh,
board.
what do we got there? Massacre worm.
To the house.
Woo! The house is starting to clean.
And a foil one. To the house.
Wowza! All right.
There you are, sir.
Somebody should have got some numbers. All right. Got new hands in here. Alan's hoping I can do something for
Something
him.
would be nice. I'll
That's
tell
what
you.
he's hoping. All right. So we're going to be rolling through these commonses here. Looking at the pretty lands because they are gorgeous. All right. Primal Might. That is a 7. Is that Pat?
Charles.
Oh, 7's way over there. Sanctum of All. Ooh, that is a 5, so that's
The house.
the house. Is that right? Because you were used to the Fabled Passage. That is a 6. Also the house. Oh, the house is starting to clean house. Bosri Cat is a 0. Also the house. Somebody should have took more numbers. Ooh, Goblin Wizard. They're two-sided.
Yeah. That's it. I like the two-sided tokens when they do them.
Okay, the house is catching up now. We got to catch Alan up, though. We got to catch Alan up. At least that's what he says.
Is catching up.
9 lives.
Is that a 9?
That's a 4, so that's Pat. Idol of Endurance, which is a 2. That's an Ivan. And that is pretty.
Yeah, it is.
It's a 5. So the house. Solemn Simulacrum. A 9. There you go,
Oh,
Alan.
hey.
How's that?
That's not bad.
That's getting you there pretty quick. That's pretty.
Back-to-back Magmuts? Nice.
Ah, dog and cat.
Oh, they should be together.
All right.
Heroic Intervention.
Ooh, that is a 5. That stays here. Ugin. That is a 1. Marcus. Peer into the Abyss is a 7.
Charles.
So that's a Charles. Liliana Standard Bearer is a 9. That's Alan's. Gets 2 of them. Oh, that's a beast and a cat, but a different cat.
That's a cool cat. It's just like the eyes.
Yeah, just the eyes, yeah.
That's cool. Hey, it's waiting in the weeds.
It's waiting in the weeds. Don't get me started. Right. Boom. Sublime Epiphany. That's a 5. Staying here. 9 lives is an 8. So that's
Pat.
going to Pat. Teferi Master of Time is a 7.
Charles.
Charles, you demand. Liliana. That's a 2. Ivan picks up a Lily. Back-to-back touches. Look at that.
There's been a lot of back-to-back in the last 2 slots of these packs, I've noticed. A foil and non-foil of the same card in a row.
All right, we got one pack after this. We're headed towards the home stretch. Discontinuity is a 9, which is Alan. Speaker of the Heavens is an 8 for Pat. Subira Tolzidi Caravaner.
That's Teferi's wife.
That is an 8. I can't pronounce her name, but she got one. Cultivate is a 7
Charles.
for Charles. A pretty Cultivate. Garrick's Harbinger is a 7. Also for
Who's
Charles.
gonna get that big Ugin?
Ugin is a 9.
Hey!
All right. Do you feel caught up yet,
I feel a little
young man?
The Solemn Simulacrum was nice, but I was like, man, I wish I'd got one of them Gadricks or something. Ugin will do.
Ugin will do. Who out there agrees Ugin will do?
Hey, it's good trade bait.
Trade bait. All right, last pack. Here comes we slow roll. Who saw that? Who saw it? Temple of Triumph. That is a 1 for Marcus. Demonic Embrace
I like
is a
that card.
5, so stays here. Ruined Halo is a 2 for Ivan. Oh. It's another Scoos. Man, Pat, I think you got a play set.
Oh, and a foil cultivate to go with Charles' non-foil.
There you go, folks. So it looks like Pat's getting 2 numbers really helped, but there's
I don't know. Charles made out pretty well on just that 7.
yeah. Alan did all right here with the foil Ugin, discontinuity, solemn simulacrum. But Pat, yeah, Pat's 1, 2, 3 plus a 1, so he's got a play set of the Scavenging Oozes.
Woo.
Charles did all right here. We'll go through his real quick. Cultivates, Teferi.
The Gadrix, 2 of them, a foil and
Vito.
non-foil. Charles really made out on the borderless. He had several
Yeah.
borderless in there.
Ivan had the Ruined Halo, the Liliana. I know he likes Liliana, so that's
Right.
pretty sweet for him. A Vito, Niambi. And then I think Marcus did all right with the foil Ugin.
And the Chandra, and the borderless Thieves Guild, yeah.
Yep. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you watching. We appreciate all the people who participated in the breaks. I'll be watching. I'll be doing the Zendikar Rising list, putting it out pretty soon. So until next time, Grove Gamers Guild, where everybody knows your game.